Tonight on Cronkite News, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs says thousands of Arizona children may now be eligible for health care. We'll tell you how.
Plus, the Phoenix area has an overpopulation of cats. We'll meet the volunteers working on changing that.
And goodbye Mizzou, hello Tucson. The University of Missouri's athletic director is heading to Wildcat Country to take on the same role.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Athena Kehoe.
And I'm Jesse Broaders. Thank you for joining us.
More children in Arizona could be eligible for health care, according to Governor Katie Hobbs.
That's because of an expansion to Kids Care, which provides insurance to some children who are not eligible for access. Governor Katie Hobbs made the announcement this afternoon. The eligibility limit for Kids Care has now been raised to 225% of the federal poverty line. And the governor says that means an additional 10,000 children could be eligible for Kids Care. Governor Hobbs actually signed the change into law last year, but Access just received approval on it a few days ago. So families who are now eligible for the program can enroll at the beginning of March.
Some elections are heading to Arizona, so don't forget that today is the last day to register for the presidential preference election. That's
when Arizonans can get to choose who they want to see on the ballot for the 2024 presidential election. For this election, only voters who are registered as a Democrat or Republican can vote. Independents would have to re-register with either party to vote in this election. The presidential preference election will be held on March 19th.
In other local news, Southwest Airlines opened a new hangar to expand their tech ops at Phoenix Sky Harbor. The 90,000 square foot center will be used for daily maintenance on up to 5 planes at a time. The hangar will support the nearly 500 tech Southwest employees at Sky Harbor. The airline says the construction is very sustainable, with 30% of building materials coming from recycled sources.
And it's been pretty warm across the valley over the last few days, and many are taking advantage by going on a hike, prompting a warning about rattlesnakes. Banner Health says it's already treated the first patient with a rattlesnake bite so far this year. The patient was hiking in a cave creek over the weekend when she was bit, and is expected to be okay. But Banner says it doesn't typically see bite patients until March. If you are bitten by a snake, you should call 911.
And while you may be enjoying this newscast with a cat by your side or a dog at your feet, not all animals can be domesticated.
And this is especially true for cats who have lived in the wild for most of their lives. Lauren Blight introduces us to some animal lovers who are helping to try and unite them in a unique way.
You may see some feline friends around town. Well, in Phoenix, there's an overpopulation of feral cats. I spoke to a couple of people who dedicate their own time and resources to helping the cats out, and they do it right where these cats live.
This is just another night for Jennifer Nitrio, who drives around the Phoenix area tending to feral cat colonies. Nitrio has been filling food dishes for 25 years.
I've always had this thing that attracted cats to me, and I definitely started doing this a lot younger than most people. A lot of people are already retired or kind of in a different place in their life, so I'm an atypical demographic to have started this in college and then kept up with it for all these years.
And the need is enormous. According to Nitrio, in Phoenix, approximately a couple 100,000 cats are roaming free on the streets.
Huge, what a lot of people would call a problem. We don't really view it as a problem. We view this as something that has happened because of the behavior of humans.
And while Nitrio loves what she does, she'd be happier if there were fewer cats. That's why her organization, Kind to Nature, and others help beyond just food and water. They trap feral cats, get them spayed or neutered, and then release them back into their wild homes, an act called Trap, Neuter, Return, or TNR.
Allowing us to stabilize a population, to have a healthier population in a specific area.
Cats aren't regulated and licensed like dogs, so Maricopa County says they can't pick up stray cats and take them to shelters. That's where the armies of volunteers from dozens of organizations step in, like Anna Zendrakova with Saving One Life.
I don't want to see a bunch of animals suffering outside, and I think trap, neuter, return combined with proper colony management is essentially the most humane and logical solution.
Boys, huh? Hi, Meepers. Here, come on. Have some. There you go.
Even cities are getting into the wild cat care business. The city of Tempe published a plan to TNR 900 to 1,000 cats between February 2023 and June 2023. And Nitrio says that goal has more than likely been reached.
Have to be well above that, actually. So it's a very successful program. We're really, really hoping to see other cities follow suit.
Although Nitrio doesn't get any monetary benefit from doing this, she is paid in a different currency.
It bankrupts me. It's definitely rewarding to see all their happy little faces, and you know that you're doing something good for animals that can't advocate for themselves.
So she keeps showing up.
Every colony I have lines up and waits for me.
Knowing the need isn't going away.
To think that they have some kind of level of gratitude, that they know that they're loved and cared for.
One telltale sign a cat has been through TNR, take a look at their ears. If the tip of one ear has been cut off or tipped, that means it has been altered. In the newsroom, Lauren Bly, Cronkite News.
And prom season is coming up, and dresses can get pretty expensive. When we're back, we're going to take a look at one Valley mother who is turning her home into a hotspot for prom rentals.
And temperatures are rising, but are they here to stay? We'll find out what the week looks like when we come back.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sensei Garage,
to sports coverage.
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to see.
And entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This is CN to Go. I'm Emily Olson with your Wednesday news briefing.
Do you want to create innovative content for Cronkite News? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? Then CN to Go is for you. Cronkite News to Go is a podcast where students cover the latest headlines. Students become audio producers and hosts and will learn how to write, record, and edit stories. You can listen to the latest episodes on these platforms.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
Prom season is almost here, so people attending are looking for their next dress. One Valley mother is turning her home into a hotspot for prom rentals.
Cronkite News reporter Adriana Gonzalez-Chavez tells us how she's serving her community.
The price of a new prom dress could range from $100 to $400, but one local business is helping cut down that cost to nearly a third of the price.
I think that's my biggest thing. I understand that life happens for people and you're in a pinch sometimes.
Riley Oliphant saw a need for affordable and sustainable dress rentals for prom or special occasions in her community. So she started Valley Girl Dresses in her own home.
I think that our dresses are a great option for that because all of them are sustainable and they have been worn multiple times in the past. And so they definitely would be great for whatever you're trying to do.
Prom is an anticipated event for many juniors and seniors, but sometimes the cost can be stressful. Many times, the dress is the most expensive part of the event.
Because there's times when you buy a dress and you love it, but then you have to spend more money on making sure it fits right. So it's nice to just rent one and know that it's gonna work and fit well.
Mariko Miyazaki is a customer and says she was surprised for how much she was able to save on prom by renting a dress. Her friends paid 3 times the amount she did and wished they borrowed one instead.
They were shocked, and then they were kind of like, well, why didn't I think of that? You know, and we had realized that maybe we could have gone to a nicer place for dinner.
Riley has dozens of dresses for almost any occasion, just like this one, to make sure everyone has a good and affordable prom experience.
Oliphant loves seeing the smiles her dress rentals bring to those around her and looks forward to her business growing and becoming even more sustainable.
If it needs a little altering, or if it needs like a little bit of loving, like I'll be able to figure it out, or it'll be cost efficient for me to figure out, so that way I'm not just, throwing out a dress.
In the future, Oliphant hopes to have the ability to sponsor a student for their prom night by providing the dress rental at no cost. And prom season typically starts in April and extends into June. In the newsroom, Adriana Gonzalez-Chavez, Cronkite News.
Two big credit card companies could soon become one.
That's right. Capital One says that it will purchase Discover Financial Services for $35 billion. That would make it one of the biggest mergers this year. Capital One and Discover are already 2 of the largest credit card companies in the U.S. However, the deal must still be approved by regulators. And travel experts say now is a great time to book a cruise.
We're seeing big companies offering big discounts. And that's because we're in the middle of wave season, which runs through the beginning of March. This is the season when many companies offer 2-for-1 deals on everything from river cruises to luxury ships. And you don't have to book those trips right away. The deals can run through 2025.
The weather is heating up, but will it stay here for long?
Rishi Oza joins us from the Cronkite Weather Center with what to expect this week.
Well, we can expect some sun over the next couple of days, but let's look at the rest of today first. It's going to be about 70 degrees right now, and as we progress into the later part of the evening, going to go down to the mid-60s, but still a great temperature to go outside, go for a walk, maybe take the dog outside if you want to do that. Great time to get some fresh air tonight. Looking at our futurecast for tomorrow on Wednesday, a little bit of rain in the northern part of Arizona with Sedona and Payson getting a touch of that as well. But as we get into Thursday and Friday, that rain's going to clear up. We're just going to see some clouds for the rest of the state. Looking at the low temperatures for tomorrow, Flagstaff definitely a little chilly up there at 22 degrees, Tucson at 44 degrees, Phoenix at 51, same with Yuma right behind me. As we get into the high temperatures for tomorrow, you're going to notice it is going to be a little chillier than today. Just be prepared for that. Flagstaff at 40 degrees, Tucson at 70, Phoenix at 71, and Yuma, the high point in the state, at 74 degrees. Looking at our 8-day forecast for the rest of the week, like I mentioned, Wednesday going to be a little chillier than today. Just be prepared for that at 71. But getting into Thursday and Friday, that temperature is going to shoot right back up to 75 and 79 degrees. Going to be a really nice weekend to go outside and get some air if you want to do that. Saturday, you're going to bring some clouds, but don't worry, not a ton of rain yet. 79 degrees on Saturday, 81 on Sunday at the high point. First time we've seen 80s in quite some time here in the valley. 74 on Monday, 70 degrees on Tuesday, and there's that rain that I talked about just a little bit in the morning, but as we get in the afternoon, get into Wednesday, that rain should be cleared right back up. For the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Rishi Oza.
I'm Paul Schultz with a preview of your Cronkite Sports Report.
And I'm Jack Pearson. The Arizona Diamondbacks made it to the World Series last season, but can they return this season?
We'll take a look at how the Diamondbacks are looking as they enter spring training with familiar players back on the field.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
This is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news,
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue,
and entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication's Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This is CN to Go. I'm Emily Olson with your Wednesday news briefing.
Do you want to create innovative content for Cronkite News? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? Then CN to Go is for you. Cronkite News to Go is a podcast where students cover the latest headlines. Students become audio producers and hosts and will learn how to write, record, and edit stories. You can listen to the latest episodes on these platforms.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Paul Schultz.
And I'm Jack Pearson. University of Arizona men's basketball head coach Tommy Lloyd has agreed to a contract extension until at least 2029, Paul.
Yeah, Jack, it makes sense why they'd want to keep him around, even though he's just been there for 3 years. He's led the Wildcats to the NCAA tournament as a top 2 seed twice and has led the program to an 81-16 record.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. Great coach. Now it's up to the Arizona Board of Regents to approve Lloyd's 5-year extension. Athletics at the University of Arizona. A new athletic director is joining the team.
Yeah, Jack, Cronkite News reporter Jack Bartlett went to Tucson, where the school welcomed the new hire.
In Tucson with the hiring of the first female athletic director in the history of the University of Arizona. Desiree Reed-Francois comes from the University of Missouri, and as an alumna and proven leader, President Robbins says she's the perfect fit to take over during financial crises.
She has spearheaded change in just 3 short years across all metrics, including on-field performance, academics, fundraising, branding, and innovative initiatives to enhance the student athletic experience.
I'm reminded of a time in my life that solidified my connection to this university. On September 10th of 1994, my brother experienced a life-altering accident. It was my first year in law school here in Tucson, and amidst the chaos and uncertainty, the University of Arizona extended a compassionate hand.
About a month ago, Reed-Francois oversaw a $62 million donation to Missouri's athletic department and joins an athletic department that currently sits in a deficit of $30 million. She's the perfect fit to solve the school's problem. As she stated, she loves fundraising.
I love fundraising because you get a chance to be able to meet people where they are, hear their stories, and everybody has this incredible story and incredible memories.
Reed-Francois will catch a flight back to Columbia, Missouri to attend her son's basketball game at Mizzou Arena tonight, but will begin her new chapter on March 3rd. In Tucson, Jack Bartlett, Cronkite News.
The quick hiring of Arizona's new athletic director has left many Arizona State fans anxious for their own future. Back in November of last year, Ray Anderson stepped down from his role as Arizona State's athletic director. It's been 3 months and there's still no word on a replacement. Some fans took to social media to share their thoughts, writing ASU is unserious about athletics.
After falling short of making the NCAA baseball tournament last season, the Arizona State Sun Devils are hoping to pick up where they left off. And Cronkite News reporter Brandon Tran took a look at the team over the opening weekend.
ASU opened a 3-game set against last season's West Coast Conference Tournament champion Santa Clara, taking 2 out of 3 games as the Sun Devils offense came out with aggressive hitting ahead of the count and putting the ball in play.
We're in for a dogfight. You know, that kid's going to be tough. It's going to be a low-scoring game, and we came out in the second inning and put some really good swings on a really good arm.
I mean, we just did our scouting report, and he just was a lot of fastballs early in the count, and you know, he's usually going away. He didn't like to come in on lefties a lot, so I was ready for it. The plate.
The expectation, I feel like, just aggressive, just continuously just pouring on runs and hits and just quick runs, you know, what you expect.
The Sun Devils didn't just put up runs, but got a solid performance from true freshman starting pitcher Thomas Burns during the season opener, going 5 innings, striking out 7 batters, and only allowing 1 run.
Starting ahead is the biggest thing, and you have many options to go with. Like early in the game, it built a lot of confidence, I feel like, for me. When things were going well, and then when things went bad, obviously, I slowed down and reset, I guess flushed it, whatever just happened, and on to the next guy.
There's a reason that we have him on Friday, and he's able to do that. And for a freshman to keep his composure the way he does, and you know, change speeds when he needs to, and not get so into a pattern, I guess, is good.
With the new faces the Sun Devils have on the mound, they remain a key piece to the rotation and bullpen. In Phoenix, Brandon Tran, Cronkite News.
The Sun Devils are playing tonight against the Kansas State Wildcats at Phoenix Muni, and it should be some great weather out there.
Yeah, exciting one, Jack. Now on to spring training. It's underway around the Valley, and the pursuit of the Commissioner's Trophy is on every player's mind. This is where the chase begins for the 15 teams of Arizona's Cactus League. After a surprising run to the World Series last season, the Arizona Diamondbacks are looking to take one more step in 2024, and this season, the Diamondbacks enter spring training with an established roster and improved depth. Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovello likes what he sees in his roster.
We know what we have returning is some of our starting pitchers. We know where that opening is. We know what the bullpen looks like. We know what the position players look like. So not only do we have competition for those spots, but we have depth beyond that. So there's going to be a winner and there's going to be some losers. Those losers are going to be depth, and that gets very healthy for us.
The Diamondbacks' first game is this Friday against the Colorado Rockies at 1 o'clock. Jack, it's ready for some spring training.
Yeah, we're all excited, but let's talk some hockey now, Paul. The Coyotes, they are down on their luck after dropping their last 10 games. They sit at 0-9-1 following a 6-3 loss to the Edmonton Oilers. The last time the Coyotes won a game was against the Pittsburgh Penguins at home, and Paul, that was before the NHL All-Star break.
I don't know. It's tough in the room right now. We got to figure it out, and very frustrating, and you know, myself included, from everyone. I think, you know, we do anything, just about anything, for a win right now.
The Yotes face the Toronto Maple Leafs at home tomorrow. We'll have to see if they manage to get out of that losing streak, Paul. That's all the time we have today, though, for the Cronkite Sports Report.
Now we send it back to Jesse and Athena.
The president election is coming up this November, and before you cast your vote, make sure you know all the candidates on the ballot.
It was just announced there is a new candidate entering the race, and he might shake things up with his policies. When we come back, we'll tell you everything you need to know about the new candidate and how you can show your support.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to see,
and entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
Three, 2, 1. Cronkite News. Get real professional experience in areas such as reporting, broadcast editing, and behind-the-scenes production, such as technical director and audio.
Kill the mics.
or go out in the field and cover important local stories.
Learn and master the English language.
In a fun, welcoming atmosphere, Cronkite News. The future starts now.
Here at the Walter Cronkite School, students produce award-winning content that focuses on health disparities in underserved communities and how to turn things around. In Cronkite News and Cronkite Noticias, students cover stories that affect people of color, the LGBTQ+ community, people with disabilities, and others across the Southwest.
We highlight big problems that are often overlooked in communities that are underserved.
Those stories not only inform and educate people about the challenges, but we work hard to highlight potential solutions. In the Cronkite Agency, students work to connect with community members through social media campaigns in English and Spanish.
Being a Hispanic myself, it's nice to be able to give back to my own community.
Find more of our health coverage at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
There is a new presidential candidate tossing his hat into the ring.
It's Timothy the Hippo from the San Antonio Zoo. The hippo announced his bid and is hoping to top the polls with his Naps for All campaign. The zoo is selling Team Timothy merch to raise money for animal conservation efforts. And if elected, Timothy will be the youngest and the first hippo as president. And I guess instead of just wanting a hippopotamus for Christmas,
I don't know, we may want a hippo for president instead. That's it for Cronkite News. Thanks for joining us.